Welcome back. This is chapter 4, The Treasure Within, and today I'm going to explain passage number 6 to you. So here we go. He asked me to design a house, and I designed a house. After that, he told me to drop everything and join architecture. Previously we have found that uh, half fees contractor was asked to draw different things, that is draw window and some other things as well, and there he performed quite well. Now he asked, that is his cousin's husband, who was an architect, asked him to draw or design a house, and he did it. He designed a house as per his wish, as per his requirement. After that, he told him, as he designed the house, and he could realize, the architect here could realize the potential inside him, the potential within him, and he asked him to drop everything else, drop all other courses and join architecture, because he found great potential within him. We went to meet the principal of the college. Her cousin's husband, that is the architect, with Hafiz contractor, both of them went to the principal to meet. The principal warned me, I will allow you to take part in the entrance exams, but if you do not do well, I will not allow you to join. Okay, since there was an architect who was advocating, who was saying in favor of a young man, a young guy, so the principal of the college allowed him to take the entrance test. He had to clear the entrance test, and there the warning was given by the principal. Now, if you fail to clear the test, you won't be given a chance here. You won't be able to join the course, since his background was very poor. Academic background was poor, and he had been studying the language. So the principal was having lots of doubts in mind. So the warning was given. I got an A plus in the entrance exam, and from that day it was a cakewalk. So in that entrance exam he got A plus, top grade, and from that day on there was no looking back. It was a cakewalk. That is, it was a smooth ride for him. That is, after that day, from that day, life, studies had become so easy and so interesting for him. I had never made a plan, but I knew how something looked like from the top. So, previously he had never made a plan for a house, or designed a house, designed a buildings. So he was not having any idea as how to plan a house, how to plan a building. But he knew something, how something looked like from the top. But he knew how something looked like from the top. From, if viewing from the top, if seen from the top, how should it look like? He had that idea. That is, he could not give the details, but he knew exactly how the structure must look like. I had never known what a section was, but I knew if you cut a plan what it would look like. Okay, so since this planning and section, these are integral, very much essential part of architecture. So as he joined the course, he was not having any idea of what a plan was and what a section was. So here, about talking about section, he had no idea of section, but he knew exactly when it is cut into half. This is what a section would look like, or this is what a section was called or is called. I stood first, class first throughout. After that, in all the years, that is all the subsequent years, first year, second year, third year, or 4 year, whatever was the term of architecture course that time. So he always came first class first. I believe that all this understanding came from what I used to play and do during school. And he says here, he believed that all of the planning, that is, all the knowledge of a plan had actually there because of the plans that he used to make during the school time, that he would make for the gang fights. So that gave him that knowledge of planning things. I had a friend called Behram Devacha. We used to have competition between us for designing forts, guns, and ammunition. So there in his class, or say in his say that course, architecture course, there was a fellow, his friend was there, his classmate was there, called Behram Devacha. He used to have competitions with Hafiz contractor, and then both of them would design forts, guns, ammunitions, and both of them would design all these things, guns, different kind of guns, then forts, the fort that is the fort that was used earlier by the kings to get a proper protection for the palace, for the people, for his subjects. So they used to design forts, they used to design guns, and also they used to design ammunition, the bullets and all. Each of us would design something in an effort to be different, and each of them, both of them, would design things in a way to be different, to look different, and to be superior, to show that one was different and one was superior to the other. In school, when I was in the second or third standard, one of my teachers, Mrs. Gupta, saw my sketches and told me, "See, you are useless in everything else, but your sketches are good." Okay, now he goes back to the days, school days. So there he remembers that there in school, when he was in second or third standard, his memory, he could not recollect his memories, but he says that when he was either in the second or third class, there was a teacher, Mrs. Gupta. She saw his sketches and said, "See, you are wordless in other things. In studies, you are wordless. She commented. She remarked that you are wordless, useless in everything else, but your sketches are wonderful. When you grow up, you become an architect. And she said that when you grow up, you become an architect. You may become an architect. I did not know at the time, but she was right. At that time, he was not having any idea what an architect was and what is it about. So I went back to meet her and tell her later. After I became an architect, after he became an architect, he went back to his teacher, that teacher who say some way say predicted that he would be an architect. So he went and met her. Okay, so after that, why do you why do you think you did not like studies? Was it because you felt you could not cope, could not deal with the curriculum? Now Belaraj asks another question to him. Why did he not like studies? Was it because of the curriculum that he could not, that he was not able to handle? He was not able to manage the curriculum, the syllabus, and all. Was it this, that he didn't like the studies? Hafiz contractor. I was very bad at languages. Science and geography I could deal with. Maths was very bad. So he gives an idea of his studies, his subjects, and how he fared in all the subjects. So language was very bad for him. He was not at all good at languages. Science and geography, these two were good. Math was terribly bad. I just was not interested. Maths, he was not interested at all. I was studying for the sake of studying, and he was studying maths just for the sake of studying, just because the subject was there, so he had to study. So for this only he studied maths. Otherwise there was no interest for the subject. What they taught me today I would forget after 2 days, and what in the school the teachers taught today he would forget after 2 days. I would not bother because there was no application of mine there to begin with, and he did not think much about them because in those subjects there was no application of the knowledge in day-to-day life, and that's why he was not interested in those things. So this is all for now. Thank you.